Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another TERRAN Trade Authority handbook review. This time we have SPACEWREK, and I gotta say this one's probably my favorite so far. This one brings back that feeling of mystery and also horror, almost on a cosmic level, without bringing in Cthulhu and Hastur, oops, I said his name, into the discussion. Some just good old-fashioned mysteries of crashed spaceships and vehicles and even civilizations that have just, for the most part, just died mysteriously or vanished. The inhabitants just gone without any real answer. Obviously vague hints of what might have transpired, but it is just a fantastic source book for anyone wanting to play a game of exploration with truly unknown variables and themes running through your campaign or your one shot, if you will. It's just chock full of all kinds of great what ifs or what happened, whodunits, that sort of thing. The book also has, as you can see from the cover, a bunch of fold out large images. My copy, most of them are pretty beat up and not quite. Let's see if I can pull a couple out and show you without ruining the book and the integrity, because this book is very old and very fragile. There's one of them, but not my favorite. Let's see if I'll go forward to one of my favorites. It's just something, where you can really get a sense of majesty and grandeur of the artwork that these books were so famous for. Is that one of them? It's hard to tell sometimes because these pages are really thick. This one is just probably my favorite, and it literally comes out of the book, as you can see, because it's just terrible. But just a ginormous vehicle discovered by intrepid explorers, devoid of crew. One case there was an interesting race of jellyfish / porcupines living in liquid vats that appear to have come from outside our galaxy at speeds 4 times the speed of light, only to be discovered drifting in space. And the TERRAN Trade Federation, quickly hushes it up, and the readers left with nothing but questions, unanswered questions that only the imagination or a nice hearty campaign could flesh out. But it reminds me of so many games that I wished I could have played, and I still have the opportunity, either with the TERRAN Trade Federation RPG that I'm reading right now, and hopefully I'll review that next week. But it's a hefty book for being smaller than this one in footprint size. It's taken me a lot longer to read it than these ones. These books are only 100 pages and widely spaced with lots of room left to just soak in and enjoy the strange stories of unexplained craft with no clue as to who built them and what their mission was and why they're here. Kind of like the spacecraft 2000 to 21 AD. This one, though, goes much further, as far into the future as like the 24th century, maybe even a little farther than that, with just big giant ships, sometimes small ones, but big giant ships with no crew, cargo left to be, salvaged, and technologies to be explored, but how they got there, what they were doing, who they were, all left up to the imagination. And that's the kind of thing I missed in games like Traveler, where everything was so codified and so laid out that there were no new alien races to meet, no new creatures to come across that were dangerous on a metaphysical or larger, grander scale. It's always things you could just take out with a laser rifle or a missile launcher, not something that not quite Cthulhu-esque, but just things that by the technological level or the scope or the numbers, or maybe their psionic abilities or their ability to move forward and backwards in time and things like that. This book is just aching to be turned into a long series of campaigns. I could see a group tasked with finding answers to mysteries like this and other mysteries that we could create for our sci-fi games. I'm seriously contemplating using Final Frontier for things like this. Alien might work, but even then it still has so many boundaries within its campaign setting that I don't know that it would really have the same impact. One of the things I like about the TERRAN Trade Federation is, with all its projected histories and write-ups and all the different things, there's still, the universe is still so unexplored and ripe for the picking and turning into great sci-fi role-playing game situations. I hope you guys will check this one out if you can. If you've already got it, let me know what you thought about it. I enjoyed this one much more than the previous books, and I fear that the last one or two Starliners isn't going to offer that sort of just dread and foreboding and mystery and excitement as this one did. But that's what I've got for you right now. I'll be back with another video, another Barrels of Borderlands recap for my Monday night game. For those of you who missed out, you missed out. It's okay. We'll be back Monday next week for another game where it looks like West Rock is about to be invaded. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see you there. And until then, folks, have a great rest of your week. And as always, happy trails.